Who else couldn't we get?
Mog was available.
Mog was available. We said no, thank you. We don't want to listen to that mullet joke ever again. But what we have got, we've got Jason. And is he here?
I'm here, yeah.
Yes, well, congratulations, Jason. Come on.
Oh, jeez.
You can take over from me. I'm sure your jokes are far better than mine. Well, welcome to Eastbourne United Walking Football Club. Award due. No award for you. We'll see how you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Simmons.
Oh, evening, how are you doing, so, let me just set up quickly. You caught me off guard there. Can we have one more big round of applause for Andy, ladies and gentlemen? So my name is Jason. I am a hypnotist. I'm also a mind reader. So some of you are sitting there wondering to yourselves, can I be hypnotized? I'm going to demonstrate how hypnosis works using this very quick scientific experiment. Now, this is an audience participation show, and what I mean by that is the more you participate this evening, the more fun you think you're going to be having. So I want everybody in this room to take your right hand, place your right hand up in the air like this. And see good stuff. Some of you are looking a bit confused. This is your right hand. All right, wave it from side to side like this. Go ho ho. Go ha ha. Go hee hee. All right, this is my age check now. Big circles like this, wax on. And then what does Mr. Miyagi do when he gets horny? He whacks off. All right, right hand up like this with your index finger and your thumb make kind of like a circle, like an OK signal. Now, I did this in my hometown of Dartford last week, and they didn't know what a circle was. So we are already one step ahead of them. Next point is really important. Make sure the remaining 3 fingers on that hand are completely straight. Now do exactly as I do. Look at your circle. Now look back at me. Take that circle, bring it towards your face, and place that circle on your chin. Freeze. Do not move. When you realise that this is your cheek and not your chin, you realise that you can be hypnotised. This gentleman's still trying to work it out. So that is your cheek. This is your chin right down there on the bottom of your face. All right, give yourselves a big round of applause if you're unable to find your chin. So let's do one more quick exercise again, just to show you how your minds work. So this time, take your hands, place them out in front of you like so. Wiggle the fingers like this. Take the left hand this time, place it over the top of the right hand, and interlock the palms like this. Excellent, good stuff. Some of you are looking a bit confused. So this time, this is your left hand. All right, so what we're going to do this time, on the count of 3, we're going to turn our hands so that our thumbs are on top and our arms are uncrossed. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and you should be able to unlock your hands just like that if you are following along. This lady is in a complete model just here. All right, let's do one more very quick exercise. So what I want everybody in the room to do this time, on the count of 3, I want everybody to clap your hands. Don't disappoint me. On the count of 3, everybody clap your hands. Here we go. You ready? Clap. I said on the count of 3. On the count of 3, everybody clap your hands. Ready? Do it. Got you twice. All right, no tricks, no fooling. We are all going to clap on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and interlock your fingers and cross your thumbs and squeeze your palms together nice and tight until your fingertips turn white. Raise your hands up in front of your face like you're making a desperate prayer. You can make one whilst you're there if you like. And raise your first fingers, that's your index fingers, the fingers closest to your face. Again, I did this in Dartford the other week. Some people didn't have index fingers, sir. All right, so what we're going to do, in a minute, not yet, I'm going to ask you to separate your fingers an inch apart. When I ask you to do this, what I'd like you to do is to stare at the gap between your fingers, something kind of like this. And imagine that there are 2 powerful magnets on the end of those fingertips, pulling them closer and closer together. Now, want it to happen? Expect it to happen. Watch it happen. Now, I will say this before we do this. In a room of this size, there are always 2 people in this sort of audience where their fingertips, when they come together, they will lock. If this happens to you tonight, don't be alarmed or afraid. Just put your arms up in the air. I will come out, I will unlock your fingers, and we'll get on with the show. It's as simple as that. So here we go. Focusing all your attention on your fingertips, and on the count of 3, separating them about an inch apart. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and separate them an inch apart, and imagine there are 2 powerful magnets pulling them closer and closer and closer together. That's it, getting tighter and tighter and tighter. In a moment, those fingertips are going to touch, and when they touch, just allow your eyes to close. As soon as those fingertips touch, just allow your eyes to close. That's it, good stuff. Now, with your fingertips touching and your eyes closed, for a moment, I want you just to go out into a fantasy and picture the person that is dearest to you on this planet. Now, if there is more than one person, I want you to see more than one person. See their eyes and see them smiling. Hear their voices and hear them laughing. Now, feel what you feel for them and notice where those feelings are. Now, as you feel that, And as you listen to my voice, I want you to imagine now that your fingertips are sticking together, they are locking together, they are stuck, as if they are made of one piece of material, they're just bolted together. In a moment, I'm going to count up from 1 to 3, and when I reach the number 3, for some of you, you're going to find the harder you try, the more impossible it's going to become for you to unlock those fingertips. So here we go. 1, imagine them becoming bolted together, welded together, bonded together. 2, imagine it as if they are made of one piece of material, they just will not separate. And as we reach the number 3, now only when you realise that those fingertips are stuck, I want you to try and pull them apart. And for some of you, you're going to find the harder you try now, the more impossible it's going to become. That's right. Now, if your fingertips are stuck, raise your hands up a bit higher so that I can see, to the point where if you were to try and pull those hands apart, now they just wouldn't come apart. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and when I reach the number 3, you're going to open your eyes, but for those of you whose fingers are stuck fast, they will remain stuck tight. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, opening your eyes. So if your fingertips are stuck, raise your hands up a bit higher. So we've got 1 just here, we've got 1 just over the back there. Gentleman here. Sir, your name is? Tony. Tony, did you think this would work for you? No, a non-believer. That's exactly what we like, ladies and gentlemen. Tony, if I'm going to ask you how your fingertips feel, how would you describe that, Tony? Numb. All right, okay, we're going to try and push it a little bit further, Tony. Imagine that numb feeling travelling down your arm into your elbow, up onto your shoulder, onto the end of your tongue. I want you to imagine now that your tongue is so numb that you just will not be able to say your name. When you realise that, I want you to try and say your name, but when you realise that the night that tongue is so numb, you just find that name will not come out. So my name is Jason, your name is? Tony. They're different names, Tony. All right, Tony, we'll pop you on the head, it will come back to normal. Ready, 1, 2, and just like that. Tony, just, all right. Tony, we'll unlock your fingers. Ready, 1, 2, and just like that, they come apart. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Have we got any more before we move on with the show? Is there one more? Is there? Oh, okay, we nearly had Terry there. That would have been good, Terry. We could have got your hubby and done the whole show with you, Terry. That would have been fantastic. Okay, so give yourselves a massive round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So hypnosis really is all about suggestion, and I want to demonstrate how suggestion works. And this is what I mean. This is going to use you guys this evening. Now, before we move on with the show, I need someone to take hold of my folder of mystery. Now, I need someone trustworthy, but more importantly, I need someone attractive. Now, there is a gentleman just there with a black top on, with the glasses on his head. Yes, suitor. You caught my eye right from the back there. I don't know why, but can you point to someone trustworthy and attractive, please? Someone trustworthy and attractive, please. Where we go?
Mr. Kendall.
Mr. Kendall. Mr. Kendall, can you place that somewhere safe for me, please? Somewhere so safe that if the drug squad were to look for it on your person, they would not be able to find it. Okay. Now, please tell me, sir, your name is?
Dave.
Dave, please tell me your wife is not sitting next to you.
No, it's my husband.
No, I was going to ask that because you didn't pass a test. Usually I ask them to find someone trustworthy and attractive. They look all the way around the room. Their good wife sitting next to them. You could have chosen that's going to be a very awkward car ride home this evening, Dave, unfortunately. Okay, so I thought the best way for me to demonstrate how influence works would be by playing a quick game. So who was up for winning a cash prize this evening? Who's up for winning a cash prize? Okay, so before the show tonight, I asked Elliot, the wonderful maitre d' that's been walking around, I asked him to take a cash prize and seal it inside one of these 5 envelopes, ladies and gentlemen. So who wants to be in with a chance of winning a cash prize? However, I'm hoping my level of influence is that good that I'm able to influence your decisions in such a way that I'm left with the cash prize. What's great now is it? So inside the other 4 envelopes, I've put a mystery prize. Well, this is like Panto. And by mystery, I mean cheap. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning tonight, just raise your hand up. I will come out to you. I get to keep 1 envelope. That's the deal of the game. But I'll give away 4 of these envelopes. So I genuinely don't know which envelope Elliot's putting in. So we've got a gentleman just over there. Sir, your name is? Michael. All right, Michael. This is a little game that I like to call Everyone's a Winner, Michael. Because Michael, everyone wins. So Michael, you might go for the first envelope. First envelope, Elliot has put something on it, Michael. Something. Michael doesn't mean there is something inside that envelope, but there is definitely something written on it. But I said there is something inside each and every one of these envelopes, including, Michael, the envelope that's got something written on it. So you might go for that one, or you might go for the next envelope. The next envelope he's put nothing on, ladies and gentlemen. Now again, Michael doesn't mean there's nothing inside there, because there is something inside there, but there is something on that one and he's put nothing on that one. But it could be nothing else. Or Michael, you might go for the next envelope. The next envelope he has put yours on it, ladies and gentlemen. Now Michael, as you're reading this as your envelope. And Michael, I want you to choose your envelope. Everybody wants what's rightfully theirs, or in this case, what's rightfully yours, Michael. And I could just be saying that because I know there's nothing inside there, but there's nothing on that one, Michael. So are you still following me, Michael? Sort of glazed over a bit there. Oh, Michael, you might go for the next envelope. The next envelope has got mine on it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Michael, you will notice that mine is bigger than yours. That is a terrible gag. I don't get paid for the gags. But Michael, you could go for mine. I want you to choose yours, though, so don't choose mine. Or Michael, you might go for the final envelope. The final envelope, ladies and gentlemen, has got money written on it. Now, Michael, doesn't mean there's money inside of it. There is definitely money written on that envelope. So, Michael, you've got till the time I get to you to choose. So, Michael, we've got something, we've got nothing, we've got yours, we've got mine, or we've got money. So, Michael, which envelope would you like this evening? Something, nothing, yours, or mine? Mine, are you sure? Okay, right. So, mine, don't open that just yet, Michael. Oh, there you go, take hold of that. Let's take someone from this side of the room. We might as well go to the West End table because it's the only time they've got a chance to win something. That was a terrible gag. If you see me after the show, sir, I am not running fast enough. Let's go for a gentleman here. Sir, your name is? I don't know, what is your name? Is he a lead supporter? We won't choose him. Let's go for this gentleman just here then. Sir, your name is? Andy. Andy, we've got something, we've got nothing, we've got yours, or we've got money. What would you like, Andy? Money. All right, don't open that just yet. So we've got two men. Let's go for a lady. We've got a lovely lady just over there. Madam, your name is? Nikki, round of applause for Nikki, ladies and gentlemen. And Nikki, what would you like? You've got something, nothing, or you have yours. Something, a lady that likes something, so take hold of that, Nikki. And let's take one more lady. Let's go for a table. We haven't chosen anyone on this table. We've got a lovely lady here. Madam, your name is? Sandra. And Sandra, would you like nothing, or would you like money? Oh, yours, sorry. Nothing or yours. You'll have yours. You sure you don't want nothing? All right, okay, take hold of that then, Sandra. So if you've got an envelope, hold it up in the air, and then we'll quickly go on with the game. So, now I'm not sure, because Elliot's not in the room. Usually I try and read off of him, but I'm left with nothing. Now, this is not a good start for me. Let's go for the lovely Nikki over there. And Nikki, can you open up something? Let's have a drum roll for Nikki, ladies and gentlemen, as she opens up something. Hopefully there's going to be nothing inside there. What have we got, Nikki? Oh, we've got a question mark, ladies and gentlemen. What a shame, Nikki. But Nikki, let's see what you've won. To kick the night off tonight, Nikki, we've got a fantastic prize to start things off, ladies and gentlemen. Nikki, you are taking home with you this evening a drink from the bar, Nikki. Drink from the bar. It is just a water, Nikki, but it is a drink from that bar nonetheless. Give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go for... What one have you got, Michael? Again, you've got mine. Let's go for mine. Let's give Michael a round of applause. Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, as he opens up his envelope. Hopefully nothing inside there. Oh, question mark. You get the obligatory sad trombone, unfortunately, Michael. But Michael, let's see what prize we've got for you this evening. Fantastic prize for you, Michael. Michael, are you a fan of technology? Okay, that's a shame. Because Michael, tonight you are the proud owner of a brand new VHS, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new VHS. I say new, Michael, but you know how hard these are to come by these days. I actually found this one in my dad's cupboard. And it had home movie written on the back. So what's on there is anybody's guess. Could be a home movie. Or could be a home movie. That's what Andy's hoping for. Big round of applause for Michael, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is where it gets really difficult now. So we've got money and we've got yours. So I think we'll go from Andy next. Let's have a drum roll for Andy, ladies and gentlemen, as he opens up. Money, hopefully it's going to be a question mark, otherwise okay, what a shame. Andy, let's see what we've got for you, Andy. Fantastic prize for you, Andy. Andy, you're a fan of watches, timepieces? No? Okay, good. That's a good thing, Andy. Because, Andy, tonight you are the proud owner of a brand new Rolex, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new Rolex! It is just a toilet roll with an extra on the front, Andy, but it is a Rolex nonetheless. And depending on what you've eaten this week, this could come in quite handy for you.
Andy.
Okay, so Sandra, don't open your envelope yet because you realise what's happened. Your odds have gone down now from 1 in 5 down to 1 in 2. But guess what, Sandra? So have mine. So I am going to give you a choice that none of the other guys have had this evening. You can either trust and believe that you are now holding the envelope with the cash prize inside, the envelope that I said was yours and rightfully yours, I wanted you to have. Or you can do what is statistically correct at this point in the show. And I could just be saying this because I want you to switch with me and you can have nothing. Who thinks you should stick? Who thinks you should switch? Who thinks this has gone on 5 minutes too long? Get on with it. Okay, what would you like to do? You what? Are you sure? 100%? Final answer? Please? Alright, I'm going to level with you, Sandra. I don't usually resort to this level of influence this early on in the show, but you've made me resort to it. So, Sandra, there is a cash prize at stake. I've got 3 children at home, Sandra. If I get this wrong, one of them might not eat this weekend. Okay, she doesn't care, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, okay, please don't tell me you're a school teacher, Sandra. Okay, so count us down from 5 to 1. We are going to open our envelopes simultaneously. So here we go, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, what have you got inside yours, Sandra? Because inside mine, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. The cash prize, ladies and gentlemen, to give Sandra a massive round of applause. Alright, so Sandra, the question on everybody's lips is what is the final mystery prize for you, Sandra? Final mystery prize for you this evening, Sandra. We've got a fantastic prize for you because tonight, Sandra, you are the proud owner of the keys to a brand new car! I don't know whose car they are, I found them in the car park on the way into the venue, ladies and gentlemen. Give Sandra a massive round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I'm often asked, like, how long have you been able to read minds? Now, I've been able to read minds ever since I was in university. I could tell if a girl was going to say no before I'd even asked her if she wanted a drink. So we are going to try and do some genuine mind reading this evening. So I'm going to try this with a gentleman first. We've got this lovely gentleman in front of us. Sir, could you stand up for us for a second? And, sir, your name is? Bill. Big round of applause for Bill, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Bill, I'm going to write a prediction down, and it's important that you answer me completely honestly. So here we go. Yeah, I think I know what this is, Bill. Okay, Bill, I can't change my mind now, but it's important you answer me honestly to this next question. So, Bill, do you find me sexually attractive? No, see, that's exactly what I thought, ladies and gentlemen. So you're already reading Bill's mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Bill, let's go for another one then, Bill. Let's try 2 for 2. So, Bill, I want you to think of a 3-digit number. Let's go for a number between, say, 100 and 1,000. Have you got one in your mind? All right, Bill, try and send that to me in the most mysterious way you know possible. Okay, good. That was very good, Bill. All right, Bill, is this a favourite number by any chance? All right, Bill, again, I can't change my mind now, but is the number you're thinking of 110? No, see, that's exactly what I thought, ladies and gentlemen. No, I cannot believe it. 2 out of 10. Give Bill a big round of applause. Bill, just out of interest, what was the number you was thinking of? 104, I was off by 6. All right, give him a round of applause as he takes his seat, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, problem was maybe I tried this with a gentleman. Let's try this with a lady. We've got that lovely lady right at the back of the room with the sparkly dress on, madam. Yes, you, madam, with the lovely pink hair there. Madam, can you stand up for us for a second? And madam, your name is? Money. Ronnie, sorry, Ronnie. Ronnie, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think of an animal, but don't go for something I could easily guess like a cat or a dog. Let's go for a 4-legged animal. Have you got one in your mind? Don't think a tiger now. Don't shout any more animals. Alright, you got one, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Okay, Ronnie, try and send that to me then. Ronnie, I'm going to ask you a few questions to see if we are on the same wavelength. So, is this animal native to the United Kingdom? It is, okay. And when was the last time you saw this animal?
A few days ago.
A few days ago, okay, good. Alright, okay, again, Ronnie, I can't change my mind, so nice and loud now so that everyone can hear the animal you were thinking of is?
Rabbit.
A rabbit, ladies and gentlemen, a rabbit. You could have chosen millions of animals, but you chose a rabbit. This is incredible, Ronnie, because you're going to have to agree to disagree with me, but ladies and gentlemen, there is a rabbit! Kind of like a rabbit. I mean, my son, he said to me the other day, Dad, can you draw me a rabbit? And that's what he got, Ronnie. It's a rabbit. I promise you, Ronnie, it's a rabbit. All right, give her a round of applause as she takes a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try one more time then. Let's see if we can do this with someone else. We've got this gentleman just at the front here. Sir, your name is? Michael. All right, Michael, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think of a product that you might buy in the supermarket. Have you got one in your mind? All right, I'm going to ask you a few questions again, Michael, to see if we're on the same wavelength. So, Michael, is this product something that you buy sort of weekly or monthly or daily? Monthly. And when... This could be... we all know what this could be then, ladies and gentlemen. And, Michael, when you buy this, is it something that's a nice to have or is it something that's a necessity? Okay, we definitely know what this could be then. All right, Michael, I can't change my mind for the first time then. The product you are thinking of is soap. This is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen, soap. Because Michael, you could have gone for anything. I put down the barcode, ladies and gentlemen, to soap. Michael, you're going to have to trust me on that. That is definitely the barcode to soap. In fact, your favourite soap, probably Imperial Leather. I thought it might be because I thought the sticker was no, just joking. Okay, I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to try this with Andy, ladies and gentlemen. So Andy, I'm not even going to ask you a question. I'm just going to make a prediction. So here we go. Because usually I know what people are thinking by this point in the show. Yeah, I know what he's thinking. Okay. Alright, Andy, I know what you're thinking. You are thinking, this guy stinks. And I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I'd agree with you, because I came out here this evening, I said I could read people's minds, and I've actually read nobody's minds just yet, but we'll just recap. I asked you to think of a product, a number, and you said, I said, was it 110? You said no. I think we can all agree to disagree that would be a hit, would it not, ladies and gentlemen? If I was Derek Acorah, you would be really impressed right now. And then I asked Ronnie to think of an animal. Ronnie, you said a rabbit. I mean, come on, that's a pretty convincing rabbit, is it not, Ronnie?
Very good.
Okay. Said a few boys, okay. And then I asked Michael to think of a product. Michael, you said soap. I promise you that's soap, and I realise it's going to be difficult for me to prove that. So what I propose we do, Michael, I come and stay at your house this evening. We create a WhatsApp group for everybody that's here tonight. And then in the morning, Michael, I go with you to the supermarket, you take a photograph of me scanning that barcode and getting soap. I realise, Michael, it's not the same thing. But it's, I've got to work with what I've got to work with. Okay, it's not after that. And Andy, you're thinking this guy stinks, but it wasn't about that. I had a dream, if you want, a premonition last night about the way this gig was going to go. Ronnie, can you do me a favour? Can you come and join me up here on stage? Give Ronnie a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as he joins us up on stage. Because Ronnie, it was unbelievable. I sort of woke up in a fit of sweats last night, much like I am right now, Ronnie. You're very, very nervous, Ronnie. But inside my wallet, I folded up a piece of paper. I wrote it down in preparation for this evening. Can you do me a favour? Can you open up my wallet, and hopefully inside somewhere there should be a piece of paper? Is there something in there? Yeah, good. Okay. Ronnie, can you do me a favour? Can you open out that piece of paper? And what I'd like you to do, Ronnie, turn it the other way. That's it would help. Okay, Ronnie, and what I'd like you to do, in your best speaking voice, into this microphone, is read out exactly what's written down on that piece of paper. So here we go, start from the very top.
Last night I had a dream. I was performing in the Eastbourne Golf Club.
That's where we are, is it not? Eastbourne Golf Club? I can see your scepticism, sir. It was in the diary and he had me booked. He checked with me. I know what you're thinking.
It It was an amazing show. I got a massive...
No, sorry, carry on. That was a different dream, Ronnie. That was a different dream.
round of applause when I correctly predicted the following three things. The number 104.
104, did you say 104? You did 104, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And
The animal is rabbit.
did you say rabbit?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, good.
The product is soap.
So, did you say so, Michael?
P.S. I don't stick that back.
See, I don't see that bad. Give Ronnie a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ronnie. Because Ronnie, I'm not just an expert mind reader, I am also an expert balloon modeler, Ronnie. And as a thank you for coming up here this evening, I'm going to make you the balloon animal of your choosing. Now, Ronnie, as I blow this balloon up, I will give you a flavour of the animals that I can make. So I can make a dog, a lion, a dog, a chicken, a dog, a cat, an elephant, a dog, a zebra, a dog, a tiger, a dog, a rabbit, a dog, any animal you want. So, Ronnie, what animal would you like me to make you right now?
A rabbit, sheep,
A giraffe.
snake.
Okay, Ronnie, I've got to be honest with you, I don't know how to make dogs and giraffes. A giraffe. No, we'll go for a giraffe, Ronnie, we'll go for a giraffe. But Ronnie, before I make this giraffe, do you want it to be a happy giraffe? A sad giraffe? Or a slightly depressed giraffe? A happy giraffe, okay.
Got some neck.
This is going to be interesting, Ronnie. Alright, Ronnie, I'm going to attempt to do this, but I'm going to attempt to do it as if I've never done it before, because believe me, I haven't, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try and do this behind my back, Ronnie. So, Ronnie, this is going to be a very happy giraffe, because after it finishes here at the golf club this evening, this giraffe has been invited to a party, Ronnie. But Ronnie, it's not just any party, it happens to be a fancy dress party. And he loves fancy dress parties, Ronnie. And guess what? This giraffe has decided he's going to go as a dog, ladies and gentlemen. He's not just any dog, though. He does tricks. Ready, stand up. Woof. Play dead. Stay. All right, one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause for Ronnie. Okay, so I do some gigs in some really, really rough places, you know. I like Dartford. I live in Dartford, and Dartford is a terrible place to live. So we're going to try and do some genuine mind reading tonight. We're going to do some mind reading with some books. I use books because in Dartford I'd ask people to think of words. They'd always come up with the same word, like tree, car, cat, dog, house. I thought, how can we make this even more random? So I've got 3 books this evening. I've got my big book of silly jokes. I've got this one, Terrible Village Poisoning, and then The Oasis of True Freedom. So I need someone to read this. Madam, can you read one of these 2 books for us? Is that all right? Which one would you like, madam? You've got Terrible Village Poisoning, or you've got The Oasis of Freedom? The Oasis of Freedom. You look like an Oasis of Freedom type of woman. All right, take hold of that one. And then we've got the gentleman over here. It looks like the Saints joined us this evening. All right. Sorry, that was terrible of me, so I do apologise. Never trust a man in a turtleneck, that's what my mum said. Alright, okay, can you take hold of that one for us? Have a thumb for it, make sure it is a book, there are different words in there. And I'm going to get Andy to join us up on stage if that's alright. So give Andy a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So Andy, this is my big book of silly jokes, Andy. So Andy, what we're going to do first off, we're going to try and come up with a page number. So Andy, I'm going to flick through the pages like that. You're going to shout stop whenever you want. You ready?
Yeah. Stop.
There, you sure?
Yeah.
Alright, Andy, can you do me a favour and just read out the page number for us, if that's alright?
70.
70, so 70, yeah? So if you've got Oasis of True Freedom or Terrible Village Poisoning, turn to page 70. Andy, if you could join us this side, if that's alright. Alright, okay, Terrible Village Poisoning, we've got, and let's try this with someone else while they're looking for a book and a page. Lovely gentleman on this table just in front of us here, so with a blue jacket on. Tom, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think of any word in the English language. Now, have you got one in your mind?
I have.
Tom, would you be impressed if that word was written down on a piece of paper inside my jacket pocket? Alright, Tom, for the first time, the word you are thinking of is?
Alphabet.
Alphabet. This is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Because, Tom, I think you will find alphabet inside Collins English Dictionary, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, Tom, can you do me a favour? Can you take hold of that for us for a second? I knew there would be one person who would fall for it. Alright, right, Tom. Let's try this then. So let's go for this one first. So what I'm going to get you to do, I want you to think of look at the. So you're on page 70. First word on the first line of this page. Yeah. All right. Try and send that to me. I'm trying to get an impression of what that might be. Okay. Yes. All right, don't say anything, but this, the word I've got written down is penny. The word you've got is? Penny, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a big round of applause. Okay, so let's see what we can do this. So we've got a gentleman just over there. I'm sorry, I didn't ask your name. That was very rude of me. Your name, sir, is?
Ian.
Ian, is this, so don't shout this out, but same thing for you. First word on the first line. Is this a word or is this a number?
It's a word.
Okay. Could it relate to a number in some way?
No.
All right, Tom. Ian, don't shout anything, but does that mean anything to you?
As if I could say it.
Does that mean anything to you, Ian? What about that way?
No.
I'm really clutching now. Okay, so that means nothing to. All right, we'll come back to that. So can we try this with you then, Andy? Andy, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just open the book on any page you want and just look at the very first word at the top of the page, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, first word on the first line of the page?
Yeah.
All right, so Andy, at this point of the show, it's easier if you try and send this to me as capital letters rather than it being lowercase letters. So I'm going to try and go for the first letter of this word. So is it like a vertical line and then a couple of like horizontal lines?
Yeah.
Okay, and if we go to the end of this word, is there a T in the end of it?
Yeah.
Is this a short word?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I don't know if we are on the same wavelength, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm going to ask Andy a few questions to see if we're on the same wavelength, ladies and gentlemen. See if we're on the same wavelength tonight. So, Andy, is this something that you have done today?
Yes.
It is. And Andy, on a typical day, like how many times would you say? I don't know. How many times would you say you've done this?
3 times.
About 3 times. What is that? And Andy, have you done this at all since you've been in the venue this evening?
Yes.
Okay. And Andy, when you do this, sometimes I don't know. Can things be a bit? I don't know. Can they get a bit messy? Not normally. No. But sometimes can it be? I don't know. Depending on the time, can it be a bit smelly? All right. And Andy, is this something I don't know that you might do on a first date, for example?
Possibly.
Possibly. All right, for the first time then, Andy, the word you are thinking of is?
Eat.
Ladies and gentlemen, eat! Give Andy a big round of applause as he takes his seat in the audience. This is really bugging me. Ian, this means nothing to you. 584R3. Now this has happened to me before. I've been trying to read someone's mind over there. I've actually read, I think I might have read your mind, Tom. Tom, you've had the dictionary there the whole time. Tom, can you do me a favour? Can you open the dictionary to page 584 for me, please? And it's usually at this point in the show I realise I should have got a bigger dictionary, or at least that's what I think my wife's been telling me all these years. So we've got 584.
Dave, back it up.
Are we almost there? The suspense is killing me. I should have put some film music in for this, shouldn't I?
I'll still this.
I'll come and grab this off you for a second.
It's like that when he passes.
584, we on that page?
Yeah.
Hey, give them a big round of applause, 584! Okay, so there is a left and a right-hand column on that page, so can you go to the right-hand column of that page for me, please? There's some of you at the back thinking this better be worth it after all this, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you've got some bold words before you've got the definitions of the words. Can you go and say 3 bold words down? So the word you're looking at is?
I can't read it.
Trousers. Ian, the word you're looking at is?
Trousers.
Trousers. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I think I've got got time for about one more thing. Is that all right, Andy, if I do one more quick thing? So for this final effect, I need 2 people in this audience that have got experience with blindfolds. Now, it might be that you're a maker of blindfolds. That would be amazing if we had one of those in the audience tonight. Or it might be that you've simply got one in your bedside table. That would suffice as well. But before we do that, let's do something with fate. Who here believes in coincidence? That things just happen for, there's no reason for them happening, they just happen. Lady in the back there. Who here believes in fate? That things happen for a reason? I'm a big believer in fate. I want to demonstrate how fate works. I've been collecting Rubik's Cubes ever since I was a little boy. And on this wall are all the Rubik's Cubes that I've collected in my life and I've never solved. So we're going to try and do something tonight. So I wrote down loads of cartoon characters that I really like. So we've got the Roadrunner. Do you remember Roadrunner? Yeah. Tasmanian Devil. Do you remember that one? Betty Boop.
Yeah.
I do this sometimes at holiday parks now. The kids glaze over when you say Betty Boop. So I've got loads of different characters. So sir, I'm going to try this with you. So I'm going to flip through the cards like that. You're going to shout stop on whatever one you want. You ready?
Go.
There, you sure? Alright, so don't shout out who it is, but do you know who that character is? Does he need to borrow your glasses? Alright, we'll leave that there, so that's there. And then I've got some cubes to hand out. So we'll start with this lady on the table here. Madam, your name is? Lynn, you can take one of the cubes off the table, or you can take one from the wall. What would you like to do? You want that one? We're going to take one from each table. So we've got one over here. Let's go for spokesperson Andy. Andy, would you like one from the wall, one from the table? What would you like? Grab one. Go on, just choose one. Top, middle, or bottom? Middle. All right, and we'll go middle. Yeah, middle. I know that, it's like a ventriloquist act. Right. So we'll take that one. Let's take someone from this table. So with this lovely lady here, madam, would you like to take one off the table, or do you want to take one from the wall? Well, which one would you like?
Middle.
Top, and 1, 2, or 3? 3? Okay, good. So you can take hold of that one. And then we've got one, and let's go for table 2. Let's go for a lovely lady next to Ronnie. Madam, your name is?
Sorry, Helen.
Helen, would you like one off the table or one from the wall?
One from the table.
One from the table, okay. I'm going to bring these over. So we've got 3 from the table here. So I'm going to hand one to this table just here. We'll have one for this gentleman just here. Do you want to take that one then? So take hold of that one. Can you pass that back? So we've got 3 tables at the back. So guys, we'll start this table here. Would you like top, middle, or bottom?
Middle.
Top, and you've got 1 or 2? Number 2, yeah? Okay, and then let's go for the table in the middle there. Would you like, we've got 1, 2, 3 or 5? 5, and would you like 1, 2, 3 or 4? 4, okay, 5 and 4, so that's your one just now. And then we've got the table in the corner just over there, which, let's go for the gentleman with the striped shirt on. And so would you like, which row would you like me to take? 1, 2, 3 or 4? Number 4, and you've got 1, 2 or 3? 3, okay, good stuff. So that will be this one. Okay, good. So can you just pass that back for us? And then we need an adjudicator. So let's go for Terry. Terry, can you do me a favour? Can you stand up for us? Let's have a wonderful round of applause for Terry, ladies and gentlemen. Because Terry, I don't want this to feel like this is me that's influencing this. So in a moment, you're going to shout go. And as soon as you shout go, if you've got a Rubik's Cube in your hand, I want you to start mixing the cube up. Now it's important you don't look at the cube when you do this, because I want this to be an unconscious choice. I don't want this to be something that you're consciously doing or trying to solve it. If you solve it without looking at it, that's amazing, because that's meant to happen and that's fate. And then Terry, whenever you want to, you're going to stop me. That could be if I'm mid-sentence, you're going to stop, and as soon as you say stop, you stop mixing your cubes up. So when you're ready, Terry, you're going to shout go. Go! Okay, go! Start mixing your cubes up, guys. Now, if you've got a Rubik's Cube in your hand, you may be interested to know this. There are 43 quintillion different permutations of a Rubik's Cube. That means that there are no 2 Rubik's Cubes that are unsolved that look alike in this world. It also means that I've got no knife, because I've looked at that fact. There are also more combinations of a Rubik's Cube than there are known atoms in the world. Now, in a moment, Terry is going to shout stop. As soon as you shout stop, just stop mixing them up. I don't know if this is... Stop! Okay, stop mixing them then. Alright, Terry, final choice for you this evening. So we've got, we can either start at that end of the room and work this way back, or we can start at this end of the room and work towards you. What would you like to do? Start up here. Okay, so I'm going to take your cubes back very quickly. Madam, where would you like your cube to go? There, in the middle, okay. And then we'll take next table. Andy, let's take your one. He needs it, is he? Okay. I knew not to trust someone from Eastbourne, especially if they support West Ham. Okay, where would you like to go, Andy? You've got top, middle, or bottom?
Middle, we go around the rear.
Round the rear, yeah, you can do if you want. Yeah, which one would you like to go? Andy, definitely don't see me on the show. Okay, let's go for this table here, Mr. King. And where would you like yours to go back?
Middle.
Top right, this one? Okay, good. And then we've got one on this table. Let's go for yours. Where would you like yours to go?
Middle.
On the bottom, yeah. Okay, good stuff. Next to Andy, that's worrying. And then we'll go to table 5 next. Yes, where would you like yours to go?
Middle.
Second one, second row down, and 1 or 2. On the end, yeah. Okay, good. And then we've got 3 more cubes, is it? Okay, that's that one. Where would you like yours to go then, sir?
Third, double, middle, top.
Top, and we've got 1 or 2. 2, okay, so we're going that one. Okay, good stuff. And we've got 2 more to come back, is that right? 3 more, okay, 3 more. So we've got 1 over here. Where would you like yours to go? Top, and might as well collect yours while I'm here as well. Middle, so we're going top and we're going middle with this is middle, yeah? And then we've got 1 more. Where's the final cube then? Is that?
For a single service, yeah. Table 2.
Table 2, alright.
All 3.
Table 2, so there's only 1 left, right? So, do you want to swap it for one of the ones in the middle?
No, it's okay.
You sure you can swap it if you want? Because if you do that and it's right, it's meant to happen. What would you like to do? Do you want to go back where it was?
No, leave it as it is.
Leave it as it is, you sure? Okay, this might not work. Okay, so let's recap. Everybody's taken a cube on each table. They've mixed them up at a random order. Terry said go. You also said stop whenever you wanted to say stop. And then you've chosen which order we place these back, and you've all had a free choice of where these go back into the wall. So we've hopefully, if this has worked, we're trying to create one character this evening. What is the character that you saw written down on that bit of paper?
Surfer Mario.
Super Mario, yeah? Super Mario, is that right? Super Mario. Ladies and gentlemen, this is like one of those optical illusions where if you squint your eyes so they're about 75% closed, you should see Super Mario on there. No, I'm just joking. If this has worked, I don't know if it has worked or not, ladies and gentlemen, but if it has, give yourselves a massive round of applause because it should be Super Mario, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now it's time for the blindfold. I need someone to help me with the blindfold. So I need someone, preferably, are you, let's see, madam, would you be happy to come and help us? Is that all right? Give her a round of applause as she joins us up on stage. And then let's go for someone we haven't chosen. Gentlemen just here, Seth, can you come and join us if that's all right? Good stuff. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop running, Chris.
Okay, so madam, your name is? Debbie. Big round of applause for Debbie, ladies and gentlemen. Debbie, you can join us stand here for us. And so your name is? Chris. Okay, so we've got Debbie and Chris. Chris, can you take hold of one of those 2 cards for us? Just have a look through it, make sure there's no holes or loops in it. Debbie, can I ask you to do the same with that card if that's all right? Now, I just realised how big you are, Chris. I shouldn't have asked you to come up because you're the type of guy, I think if I caught you in bed with my wife, I think I'd tuck you in. Okay, so Debbie, Chris, what I'm going to ask you to do, Debbie, can you take hold of your card? And place it roughly in the middle of that bit of tape for us, if that's all right. Any way you want. That's it. And then just take hold of the tape from my hands. That's it. And that one. Good stuff. And then I'm going to ask you to do the same, if that's all right, Chris. So just roughly in the middle of that bit of
You're the top of the board, you'll struggle with that.
That's good. And then just take hold of that tape from me. Excellent. Now, Debbie, what I'd like you to do, so that card is directly over my eye on a 45-degree angle, so I can't see. I want you to stick that tape to my head.
Which hair?
Now, I've left it deliberately long, that's it, Debbie, so that it adheres to the remaining follicles of hair on my head. That's it, that was my eyeball, thank you. Okay, Chris, can I ask you to do the same in the opposite direction over the opposite eye, if that's all right?
It's mixed.
That's Tottenham support, I wouldn't be surprised. I told you I'm a mind reader, Chris. Alright, Debbie. With this piece of tape, can you place it across where my eyes used to be?
Lower.
All right, and then Chris, can you take hold of this piece of tape and place it somewhere else on my face, but resist the urge to place it over my mouth, because the last time somebody did that was the last time that I was booked for a children's party. Okay. All right, then just to make doubly sure. All right, Chris, are you still there? Yep. Debbie, you still there? I have to ask that because the last time I did this effect, there was a fire alarm in the venue, and it was 15 minutes before I realised I was in a darkened room on my own. All right, so Chris, this isn't about me now. This isn't what it is about me, but it's about me being able to transmit a thought to you and to you, Debbie. So it's about you two working together and being able to trust yourself. So, Chris, there should be a clipboard in front of you on the table. Can I ask you to pick that up and pass that over to Debbie for us, please? Excellent. And then, Chris, I want you to take one of the pens out of the pot that's on the table and then pass that over to Debbie for us, please. And Debbie, with that first pen, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to colour in the shorts, if that's all right. So colour in the shorts of this character. And when you're done, just shout done. So just colour in the shorts of that. And then place that pen off to the table that's got the Rubik's Ball on it, if that's all right. Because we're done with that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you might think this is weird. Imagine going to Screwfix this afternoon and buying a roll of gaffer tape, trying to convince them that it was for a magic effect in this physical shape. Are we done, Debbie? Okay, so Chris, can you pick up one of the other pens for us, please? And pass that over to Debbie for us, please. And Debbie, with that pen, I want you to colour in the t-shirt. So colour in the t-shirt, and as soon as you're done, just shout done. Now, Chris, there should be 2 pens left in the pot at this point. Is that right? How many are left, Chris? Just one. Oh dear. Okay, all right, we're just going to have to work with this thing, Chris. So Debbie, when you're done, just shout done. Now, when I started doing this effect, I had a full head of hair. So it gives you an idea of how long I've been doing this. All right, we're done. Okay, so Chris, we're just going to have to work with this. Pick up the final pen for us, please. Pass it over to Debbie. And Debbie, just colour in the... Let's just go for the socks, if that's all right. We can just colour in the socks. And when you're done, shout done. Now, as soon as she shouts done, Chris, your job is going to become very important. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to start ripping this tape off of my face as viciously as is humanly possible. Now, you can get your own back on me because I was taking the mick out of you being a Tottenham supporter. Or the best way I found for you to do this as a volunteer is to imagine that I'm a lover that has jilted you in some way. All right, Debbie, are we done? Just about, yeah? Okay, so Chris, I don't know where the end of the tape is. Can you start yanking?
Did you say yanking?
You can see he's done this before, hasn't he? I sort of pick Chris as a bit of a masochist, ladies and gentlemen. Debbie, have I still got my eyebrows? I have to ask that because the last time I did this effect was with Gorilla Tape and it was a month before they grew back. Okay. Big round of applause for Chris, ladies and gentlemen. He fulfilled the role fantastically there. Okay, so Debbie, Chris, you've taken the pens in a random order. You've coloured this in a completely random order. For the first time, can we turn around the picture so we can see what we're looking for this evening? So, ladies and gentlemen, to finish the show tonight, we are looking for a red t-shirt, blue shorts, green socks. Red t-shirt, blue shorts, green socks. Now, there is an envelope of mystery somewhere out there in the audience. Where is the envelope of mystery, ladies and gentlemen? Where is it? Envelope of mystery, bring it forward, sir. Don't open it, bring it forward. It's my fault I chose it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, inside this envelope, there should be one prediction. We are looking for a red t-shirt, blue shorts, green socks. Debbie, red t-shirt, blue shorts, green socks. Here we go. Alright, red t-shirt, blue shorts, green socks. You've not been in this, Steve, have you? You've not got another envelope under there, Steve, please? Alright, Chris, can you do me a favour? Can you confirm that it's empty? I'm just messing around with you, ladies and gentlemen, because every single one of these has got a red t-shirt, he has got blue shorts, he has got green socks, every single last one of them, ladies and gentlemen, they're all red t-shirt, blue shorts, green socks. So give Chris a big round of applause. Give Debbie a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And Debbie, don't go anywhere just yet. Because I said this was about, it was about influence and it was about fate. There was no coincidence that you come up here this evening to help and you come up here. Because if you look at Super Mario this evening, ladies and gentlemen, you will see that Super Mario is also wearing a red t-shirt. He's also got on blue shorts and he's also got on green socks. So you guys helped out as well. So give yourselves a massive round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, don't go anywhere because I didn't want to just leave it to chance and put it in there and make a prediction. I didn't want to leave it to fate. I was that certain I was going to get two people to come up here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, that I just thought I knew it. As soon as I saw you, Chris, I thought, I'm going to put on, ladies and gentlemen, a red t-shirt. So I've been wearing it the whole time. Just for you, Debbie. Chris is looking a little bit worried now. Debbie's looking a bit excited. Andy's like, what the hell have I booked? Because Andy, I also put on my green socks, ladies and gentlemen. I was that certain, and I have been sweating mainly because I'm a fat man. Now it's usually at this point that the host usually starts to worry because he thinks, how many layers has this man got to take off? Is he just fat, or is there loads of layers coming off? Andy, just for you, I was that certain I was going to get two people to come up here this evening. I also put on, ladies and gentlemen, my blue shorts. Second, Chris, a massive round of applause. Give Debbie a massive round of applause. Thank you so much for having me here this evening to perform for you. I hope you've enjoyed my act. If you have, my name is Jason Simmons. If you haven't, my name is Paul McKenna. And keep your mouth shut on the wicked books again. One more time, big round of applause for Andy for putting the night on, and for the bar staff for doing a fantastic job of hosting all the food this evening. I've been Jason Simmons. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night. I'll hand you back to Andy.
Right, okay. Time's